Oh, if I had my choice, if I could not step foot in the office and stay out here all the time, I'd give a lot for that opportunity. This is what I won't say I grew up doing. I started doing this when I was 21 for another company. Um, Way back in the day, I had a guy give me an opportunity. I don't even know why he did. He was an old family friend. I hated what I was doing. The guy gave me an opportunity to come out and work for him on a paving crew. And I told him the only thing I knew about asphalt was that it was hot and it was black. He told me that growing up on a farm meant a lot to him, and he knew I could speak Spanish. So he gave me an opportunity. I started out making $15 an hour in 2005. Um, Put me on a paving crew and told me I was going to learn what to do and that his paving crew supervisor was going to eventually retire. Well, the, the paving crew supervisor there retired within 2 weeks. He got upset that the guy hired a young guy that was 21 years old to work. So he just left me. I knew nothing. But I figured it out really quick. I made a lot of mistakes in the past, but I learned from every mistake I ever made. And that's what I tell my guys. We're going to make mistakes. The biggest thing is we only make them one time. We learn from them, and we make sure that from now on we're making decisions to keep us from doing that. But anyway, I ran that paving crew for 5 or 6 years and went to the city of Greensboro after the economy fell out in 08, 09. And stayed at the city of Greensboro 11 and a half years and just literally took a leap of faith and trusted that God was going to give us the work that we needed. I had a little bit of a backlog doing this on the side, but I took that leap of faith and put everything I had in just trusting that God had us. And man, I was actually talking to some friends of mine yesterday morning. It has been an absolute blessing to have the business we've got, the employees we've got. Seems like every time I pray for a need, everything shows up. I'm just getting out of the way so he can get through here. But anyway, she goes back to say, like, I cut my teeth out here in the field. I'd rather be here. This is where my heart is in the field doing this work. I like to sweat. I like to just put in the effort. Hey, TJ, hit this corner right here, bud, please. But just being here, I mean, just the little things that we catch, that I catch from being out here. You know, Doc's over here, we're looking after something else, contemplating on how they're going to do something next. Just catching these little things and teaching these guys. TJ's been here since September, but he has learned a tremendous amount in a short amount of time to be able to be on a paper. But being out here to teach these guys, eventually I'm going to have to get myself back in the field since my kids are now 11 and 7. Their butt's going to be out here learning to pave sooner than later. And I'd like to be the one to make them learn the way that I want them to learn, so that eventually, if they want to, they can take this thing over and run with it. But if they don't, that's fine too. As long as they do the right thing, work for a living, provide for their family and themselves, I'm good with it. So, but I think there's a lot to be said about coming out here and sweating, putting in the, hard labor. I get a lot more out of that than I do sitting in the office. I know that is where my job is now, is in the office, bidding work, scheduling work, talking to customers, putting out fires. That's just where I'm needed now. So roles kind of change through business is what I've learned. But to be able to come out here and do this, thankfully it's right before July 4th, so my phone is not just absolutely blowing up today. A lot of people are on vacation this week. And so the phone's kind of, well, I just talked it up. Now the phone's ringing. Anyway, answering the phone, all that stuff, it's kind of hard to get anything done. So this morning's kind of been nice and quiet.